Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today I'm doing the third video in my No Buy Art Supply 2022, and I wanted to talk about temptations. But first I want to do a disclaimer. If you have been diagnosed or think you might suffer from compulsive buying disorder, please click off of this video. I will be discussing things that might trigger impulse control and some of the things you've been working really hard to try and break as a habit. Okay, that being said, let's get into temptations. So my temptations 100% stream from being online. I get that some people shop in person, at the mall, all the things. We just don't have that. Of the things I like to buy, and number one is art supplies, two is plants, three is books-ish. We don't have the art supply stores in person like that. And there just aren't a lot of plant shops, and books, I just have decided library, stop buying them. So, and I know how to propagate. So it's just the first thing, it's art supplies. So now that I know that it's all online, I have begun unsubscribing, unfollowing, muting, removing myself from all the notices, notifications, pop-ups, and things that are ending up. So my biggest trigger probably, I'm going to say, is YouTube, and the second one would be Instagram. While Instagram does target specific ads within the feed, a lot of time they just miss the boat because I just like stranger stuff than what they're showing. They tend to show safe mainstream things. So, and there are a few Instagram creators and artists that are talking about new and interesting products, and I've been unfollowing, and I'm sorry, but that's just where I'm at. And definitely unfollowed a lot of the businesses because I just wasn't getting any value from their content at all. Like, just showing me a product, I get that you want my money, but I need information with it. And for the business newsletters that specifically try and teach tutorials or talk about how you can use their products, that is just another marketing strategy to getting your money and having you buy things from them. And I understand that and recognize that, and so I have unsubscribed from all those as well. YouTube is kind of a difficult one because there are a lot of creators that I really enjoy watching. But I need to understand and recognize in the first minute of the video if they're saying things like, this is brand new, it just came out, or I received this as a gift from the company. I need to understand that I'm now being influenced by that company, not necessarily the creator because they purchased it or they received it as a gift, but that the company's underlying goal is that they want me to buy this new product. So then I have to then recognize that I need to click off and leave. I need to move on from it because it's not going to help me in my no buy if I'm constantly looking at things I shouldn't be shopping for or being marketed about. Like, that's not something I want to do. I don't want to make this hard for myself. I want to make this as easy and smooth and successful as possible so I can achieve my long-term goals. And we'll get to a video about my long-term goals because doing a no-buy for 1 year is just a short-term goal. Let's be for real about that. That's a band-aid, but we need a long-term effective solution. So I've been looking at all my purchases and all the things that trigger me, and it's definitely, really cool stationery shops that constantly update and bring a new product. It's definitely Etsy and me wanting to support small creators and buying really simple things like their stickers and all these things. One of the rules to my no buy was I cannot replace buying with other buying. So I cannot replace the money I would be spending on art supplies suddenly supporting all these other small creators. And believe me when I say that is 100% what I want to do every day. I want to support everybody's everything. I want everybody to be a success. But Etsy is a problem, and Kickstarter is also a problem. I want people's projects funded. I want to see more diversity in all these great projects, and I want to celebrate people's successes. And I just need to acknowledge that that's not a place for me because I just go all in. I go all in a lot. So I need to be more strategic and exacting with why I go online and when I go online. So when I go online, I'll upload videos, I will upload to my Instagram, I will retweet and promote other creators that are making amazing things, which is kind of how I've dedicated my Twitter. But I won't be doing a lot of sort of boredom watching or browsing or just tooling around, looking at things. Like, that's not for me. I just need to hop off of the internet afterward and keep drawing, keep creating. And if I'm really that bored or have, tons of free time, pick up more books. I should be doing infinitely more reading. It's always good for me. So this is what I've been doing. All the unsubscribing, all the unfollowing, muting. Let's see, I haven't been entering any giveaways or contests. And I'm trying to now really recognize when I'm being influenced by people to make a purchase. Even some videos where they're just trying to educate you about a product. If the product is new, there's still an underlying pressure to want to try that product myself. So those types of videos probably aren't the best for me either. Avoid Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Those days are going to be really interesting, and I'm going to avoid them this year as well. Like, it makes no sense starting January 1st. I need to ease in for this to be a success. So I will be uploading, putting things out, and then logging off. Like, that's not... Getting one last buy-in is like defeating the whole purpose of doing a no buy. So I won't be participating in that as well. Yeah, so where's my actual trigger? My actual trigger falls with impulse. And I don't know if this has been amplified by COVID and we just feel more isolated and alone, and we're looking for ways, like from a psychology standpoint, are we looking for ways so we can feel like we have more control in our lives with all these things going on around us that we can't possibly control? And I think that's maybe why I've taken to doing some shopping in excess, because I just feel, it brings a little joy in a world where there's no, where it seems like it's fleeting sometimes and there just isn't a lot to be found. And it's sort of, it's something that I love and value, and when I see other people love and value the same thing, I just, I kind of fall in line and I want to be all about it too. So, anniversary editions. I only needed one to try. I bought all of them. This is at least 2 to 3 years worth. That's excessive. It just is. And this company comes out with anniversary editions for different things all the time. So that's a marketing strategy. 100% fell for it. This company discontinued their paper in this weight and in all these colors. And I bought at least 2 years worth. I've already used two this year and I have 2 more years. This is too much. I didn't need to do this. Chose to do it anyway. This company, limited edition things with really unique papers. Had to try it, had to buy it. Impulse. The Tomo River paper was discontinued last June. Bought 2 products that have it. And now I have about 3 years worth of planning material. Didn't need that. I didn't need to do that. That's too much. This company literally makes money off of doing limited edition runs every year. Wanted to try their pencil, 100%. Went all in. You get a dozen, by the way. It's not like you get one. You get a ton. And I don't live where we have little shops that sell one-offs. That's not a thing we have. So I definitely, when it comes to paper being discontinued or being limited edition, paper is like a huge thing for me because I value it and it's important to what I create. I always find a way to justify buying an excessive amount. And that's another thing I need to break. So, paper's my temptation. Spray fixative is my gateway purchase. Like, when I buy spray fixative, I go, yeah, it's fine. It's not an art supply. Kind of is. And I should probably pick up an extra couple colored pencils. Nope, won't be doing that. So I have so much spray fixative. If I go through it, I go through it, and then I'll just put sheets of printer paper in between stuff to keep it, you know, clean. But I just need to understand where and why I purchase. Because when you look at really common impulse buys, there are things like clothing and shoes or food and kind of takeout or takeaway, gadgets, jewelry, you know, coffee. A lot of these things are impulse purchases, that common things people buy. And those aren't things my husband and I suffer from. Like, we don't care about coffee. We don't care about clothes or shoes. We don't care about eating out. We both cook. My husband cooks way better than any restaurant could ever make. Gadgets, we just keep things till they die. So it's not jewelry. I don't care. So it's just art supplies, and it's just this. So this video may help you with the art supply portion, or you may be able to apply it to a different aspect of your life. But for me, it's online, and it's the constant bombardment and barrage of things where I think I'm finding something to look at that's really cool and unique. And it turns out I'm just being kind of influenced and guided to buying and purchasing something. So now that I've recognized that I just need to avoid Etsy and Kickstarter and just retweet and comment and support artists by typing instead of purchasing, that's what I'm going to have to do instead. Like, buying paper in absurd quantities is done. I'm done with this. This is just too much for too many years worth. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will be listing all the videos I'm making tomorrow when I plan. Bye.